hold some thermite.
Now you can just nail that. You just put out a piece and have the liquid well into it. So stronger parts left.
That is the most place to crack, huh?
Yeah.
The warpage theory of the World Trade Center collapse there.
Oh, good.
The heat from the grindstone caused the metal to bend, and therefore the floors collapsed. And within 10 seconds, free fall speed, the entire thing falls in on its footprint. What are you adjusting?
Allow more pressure or less pressure on the blade. The rate of drop. If you put too much rate of drop, it starts to kick like that. It starts to kick and grind too hard, too fast. Because it's trying to bite, yank, and drop too fast. So as it gets the resistance, it has way too much resistance. So I just slow it down. Right now it's cutting both corners, so that's the toughest spot it's ever going to see. Yeah. Once it gets to the two side walls, that's the least amount of surface contact area that it has, so it'll zip up and pretty even. As soon as the half blade gets inside the hole, it'll be past this corner. Right now it's fighting that corner, it's got too much angularity. It'll get over it.
You can only cut them like this.
I can also raise it and hold it and put it back down, or raise it and let it drop back down if it was getting a little too wild. It's just getting around that edge. Once it finishes getting that corner, it'll be around. I got next to no pressure on it. That's almost a dead stop. It won't even let it down. The belt's not even, the saw's not even going down right there. There, it's like where it starts. To move right there. Right when you start hearing it. The pipe is cold though. It's good.
Okay, but no, you're gonna have to go to neutral.
Fine center?
Fine center.
What if I just get the right size drill bit that fits in there and chuck that to center and then just switch drill bit?
You can do that. For that, where's my my kit of caster punches?
look, where's the knob, first of all?
Right here.
I'm pretty sure it's on off, but where's that? Oh, okay, that's all the little screws to that box.
You want me to get a 2x4 to pry you off the wall?
Not yet. That's wishful thinking. On again? That belt's no good.
The belt slipping?
Look at it.
I'll have to take a word.
It's got 15 cracks in it, like every inch. Let me show you what that belt looks like.
Oh my God.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's from World War II.
That's they definitely don't make them like that anymore. I promise
So
you.
you use the same capacitor?
I didn't use anything. I just replaced
rewired
the
it.
wires.
Right, but you use the same capacitor.
Everything how it was. Just replaced 2 wires or 2 corroded wires to the switch. One feeds power straight from the panel, like the little contactor and all that. That means nothing, because if it doesn't have a cable that it could ride through to get to the switch, nothing's getting power. So I don't know. I don't think it's bad.
Okay, so well, how do you explain that that the only way it got going was when I put up
It didn't have enough amperage going through the wire.
Oh. Okay.
And when I say wire, I really mean like 10 wires, because it was
yeah,
a
broken.
14. This is a 12.4, and this is a 14.3. So you had about 8 wires that were rotten for like 10 feet. So yeah, that doesn't conduce. Like, you could have a bad connection here and it won't work right. Imagine if you had a 4 feet of bad connection because it's rotten. That's what I'm seeing right now. I didn't do anything special. I just put every wire brand new. Nothing has been replaced but 2 4-foot sections of wire. And of course, all the contacts and the connections are proper. And it has grounding everywhere, which I don't know. Before I had a ground on an outside clip or something. I don't know if any of that makes a difference, but well, the only way to find out is to start using it. Get this belt on order like yesterday, because it's gonna let go real soon. As long as we don't fuck with it, we don't touch it, we don't change nothing, it's gonna work just like it used to work. But that pipe is perfect. It's easier to work with, that's for sure. If you had a 3-inch fucking DOM pipe, it'd be identical. All the material will be continuous.
Yeah, it'd be the same.
It's not necessary, obviously. Fucking 1/4 inch of fucking plate. If an eBay manifold works with 08, that's funny. So I think that's funny.
It's gonna come out beautiful.
How much does a turbo weigh? Like 10 pounds or
10?
something?
10 pounds, more like 30 pounds.
Yeah?
Well, a turbo like that is probably 30 pounds.
Yeah.
A regular turbo is probably, well, I'll tell you right now. Actually, feel it. That's probably 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And that's a relatively small turbo. Well, I want to try, I got a GT35, I got 2 hole sets, I got a BorgWarner 9180, you know, we'll try them all so people can see that every single turbo will fit. And that's the reason why I wanted to have both bolt patterns here,
Right.
you know. It's gonna be beautiful.
Go?
It's on.
If you spin it, it'll probably go. Other way. That's the other way.
Alright, look.
Yeah.
Off? Yeah.
Off, right?
Off.
Off.
Alright. I was gonna say, what the fuck is blowing air on me?
This blower.
This engine is not starting. But this is.
Right.
So I don't think it's the cap. Unless the cap has enough power for this to run, but not this. I don't know. That is weird as fuck.
Possible for an electric motor just to wear out and not go as hard as it could?
If an engine ever works at ever, it's good.
Because I've got wipers on that 93 that go so slow it like stops halfway through its travel sometimes.
Electrical motors have a capacitor that stores extra energy to get it going. once it's going, the capacitor did its job.
Yeah, that's why once you get it going, it can stay going forever.
Exactly.
Because there's nothing wrong with the motor. It's just the cap. The cap is what gets it going. It'll only get going dead cold like what we just did, but once you run it and the cap has gotten up to temperature, that's it. It cannot hold. Why? Because it probably has an internal leak. Caps are just like a coil. It's oil. Here, turn it off.
And it doesn't smell bad or anything.
Well, yeah, exactly. Once it sparks, it's good. What you need is another motor right here, swinging on.
Like the little starter motor, right?
You need a motor for your motor's motor. That's what it is. And if that one goes bad, you already know where to go next. The motor for the motor's motor. 10 years from now, there's gonna be 3 service grinders, only one is working. So you're just excited just in time. If you wait like any type of time, nothing.
If it stops completely, it won't start.
It's not enough. We have discovered America once again.
It's definitely the problem.
Week, but still, that's what I'm saying. Your planned obsolescence timing is 1940 World War II to 2016 World War III, right?
Electric is sound. That's the most important, because then put some brand new parts and those will get destroyed because it's wrong. It's not right.
Yeah, well, if Hillary bows out, our chances of getting World War III started actually go down.
Diminish momentarily.
The neocons are going to have to saddle their wagon of evil to some other horse.
Some other puppet.
I think they should bring Bernie Sanders back, personally.
They could.
I mean,
They pushed him right the fuck out just to
he
shoot
actually
her
won
in.
the nomination if you consider all the dirty tricks and cheating and you know scams that they engaged in.
This cable wasn't that bad. They replaced this right away.
So that looks fine.
If you're only,
I think it's got fresh cotton around it and everything. For that fire material, you know, when you get the spark, the fire will.
What did they use to make the red wire that they did not use in the other colors? That's my question now. If I had to order some of this wire, I order all red.
Maybe the rat that chewed into your protein got to that.
He was full after these 3.
Dead on, doctor?
Dead on, yeah, dead on. Absolutely dead on. It's pivoting a little because the cut is only up here.
Right.
I could always, if I need to, take 1,000s out. And we're really good. Let's hope for the best.
We'll see. Whatever color you want. Like in a long film.
I've actually gone a little bit more than what I need, just to see if I need to make any adjustment. Kind of like put an arc where I wanted it, but it seems a little too close, so I'm going to bring it back out a little bit more. Right. I have to. Well, I want to try it first. And you have to widen it in one direction or the other just a little bit.
Wide by the weld.
But I'm shy 6/1000ths of an inch. It could go either way, you know. Fit is just wonderful. Let's go look at that. That's it.
Yeah. Sucker's in there. I said that sucker's in there. When you weld it in, I mean, it ain't going anywhere.
See, I only went 80,000. I should have gone. No, I went 82,000. I should have gone at least 85. The math gave me 87. But I wanted a tight fit, you know?
Yeah.
It's excellent. The flange today. Oh no, I did that last night. Yeah, we're gonna take it out anyway. We're gonna cut it flush with the manifold. Then we're gonna seal it. And
that's the side the wastegate goes on.
Yeah,
right?
the wastegate's gonna go right there. Beautiful.
When you're on the boost, right? Does the faster you go and the higher the boost, does it also increase the pressure on the exhaust?
Of course. Normally, 3 parts. The back pressure is versus the boost pressure is anywhere from 2 to 2.5 times the boost. So if you got 20 pounds of boost, most cars, performance cars, will have anywhere from 40 to 50 pounds of back pressure, exhaust back pressure between the exhaust port and the turbo charger. You want to reduce that. That ends up choking the engine prematurely. So the closer you can bring that down to 1-to-1, which is theoretical, it's impossible. Otherwise, you couldn't drive it.
There'd be no boost, right? Yeah.
Exactly. If you could get it somewhere about 1.5 to 1, that's sweet.
How do you improve that? How do you get that dumbed down?
Well, it's all a compromise. It's you know. You can reduce the back pressure by going to much larger turbine housings.
So I was going to say,
but then
yeah.
you slow down the spool up of the turbocharger.
Right.
So it becomes much peakier and you have no torque.
Right.
So this is where this back pressure control system of mine works, and it works so nicely because the turbocharger has a wastegate to control boost, and then you have a second wastegate on the exhaust manifold, so that the turbo can develop full boost early with a lot of back pressure. And when you get to the desired boost,
Can you
start
open that up?
bleeding off some back pressure to
Let the engine breathe. Yeah.
choke the engine.
Gotcha.
The turbocharger is only going to flow so much, and that's controlled by its wastegate.
Right.
You know, that really only comes into effect on the motors like plus 7,000, plus high, and up, where the exhaust energy is so great that you either have to have a much larger turbine housing to be able to manage it, or it chokes the motor. You gotta get rid of it one way or the other. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why, you know, factory street cars come with some shine with the turbos and stuff like that. It's basically just to get up and go.
Yeah. They're not looking for top-end performance with it.
So all these turbos that we're going to use have built-in wastegate, integral wastegate. And the one that I'm using in particular for the kit also has, just like the BorgWarner EFRs, has an integral wastegate. A lot of current day integral wastegate has been thought of as a, you know, less than desirable function, but you know, today's turbochargers have really come a long way, and there's nothing better than the EFRs, and they come with integral wastegates. But it's you know, aerodynamic, very, very large. Same thing with the wholesale. So you know, that's something right there. So you could have its wastegate, and then the other one to control back there.
So this wastegate is after the gas hits the blades, basically.
Well, it's in the volute. It's in the turbine housing.
Well, okay. So where's this is taking the exhaust gas and spinning the.
Correct. Like that.
So it's bypassing the blade, basically, right?
Correct. But eventually, this is a relatively tight turbine housing. Eventually, even with this guy wide open, the area of this housing is too restrictive to make maximum power. At some point, it will choke the motor and start building heat into the intake. So you get rid of that by either a larger turbine housing, which will slowly spool down of the turbocharger, or by maintaining boost pressure, shaft speed by the integral wastegate, and dump your back pressure. And that's just the way to dump the back pressure is not done by boost, it's done by exhaust back pressure. You know, so you need two control systems.
Do the computers control both of those, like the electronic?
I don't know. But you could do it the old school way, you know, two boost controllers.
Right.
That's it. You know? I'm sure that the computer, you know, it's got, you know, who else would do it?
Now you haven't played with the Adaptronic yet with the turbo.
No, and regardless, this is not, that doesn't work off a manifold pressure. It's an independent system that works off exhaust back pressure. So the computer would have to have two totally different map sensors. If it can do it, great. If it doesn't, then you have the computer handle boost.
And you have a manual.
You have a separate boost controller for your back pressure.
And you control that in the car, so you can raise it or lower it as you're going for whatever purpose.
And basically,
is there a point?
metering the back pressure, you're not metering
Right.
the boost.
Is there a point where, like, when you're dumping it, let's say through the manifold, that
Through the manifold or through the...
yeah, like, is there a point, like, which one would be on the manual, the manifold one or the one on the turbo?
The back pressure.
The manifold.
Yeah,
Okay. Is it possible if that stays closed that, like, you get into an overboost situation,
Yes,
if there's
of
a
course.
failure,
Of course. You can get into a massive overboost condition.
because the other wastegate cannot release enough if it's not having to combine.
Get into boost creep situation and overboost.
Right.
But by that time, your back pressure is going to be up so high that I don't know which is the worst of the deals.
Choking the motor out, or
a lot of times overboosting is mixed up with excessive back pressure.
so what actually causes the failure with an overboost? Is it because the engine goes lean, or
Yeah.
that's the problem?
Goes lean and hurt. If you want to see excessive back pressure,
Well, is it that housing you showed me the
yeah,
other
man,
day?
no,
The
that
cracked
was-
housing. That was the
that
hydrolock.
was the hydrolock.
Yeah.
The temperature of the exhaust gets so hot, so hot that
That's
the
right.
rotor implodes.
These are 93 rotors, right?
Yeah.
That's why you want the low compression ones? Or,
Correct. The low compressor ones, or if you're gonna run on fuel, you can run the 6-port ones. You can lighten them and do all the tricks to them. But it's just a lot more material, a lot more meat. But that's.
are these just weaker compared to the?
It's a thinner casting.
I got you.
It's been an evolution of reducing rotor weight.
Right.
Because there comes a point where the weight of the rotor is such that it'll squeeze the oil flow and wind up with, so in order to increase the higher, the ceiling RPM of the engine with the stock oil system, the only way to get around it is by making the rotor lighter, so it can't generate the centrifugal forces and the crankshaft to squeeze the oil flow.
So that's the idea
That's
behind
why we
lightning.
lighten the hell out of them and do everything possible. That's what, to be able to spin them at the RPM. The RX8 rotors are stock as slight as the old 13G full race competition rotor. Pretty much the same weight. But one was a racing part, well made, and then one is a production part that is,
Prone to all kinds of.
onion skin thin.
Right.
I'll show you something. I may have destroyed it already. I don't think I would have, but I can't find it.
There's one over here. Is that an RX8?
Yeah, somebody, I cut it up, but somebody tried to lighten an RX8 rotor, and they went relatively standard depth, and
Holy shit!
look at the light.
You can see right through it.
just blew right through that thing. They're paper thin. There's just no material on the inside. See?
Yeah.
That's what they don't weigh much, but they're crap. Oh well.